जय हिंद दोस्तों, मैं हूं मेजर मोहम्मद अली शाह और अभी मैं बहुत ही इनका बड़प्पन है. You can see the wonderful couple in fact on screen right now, and of course Mrs. Rita Kant, Dr. Rita Kant, sorry, and the former DGP of Punjab Mr ShashiKant. In fact, I've had the honor of being with Mr. ShashiKant on a few lives on television, and I had the honor of interviewing him earlier. I was just watching the ShashiKant's interview on the Patiala case that, where a serving army colonel, Col Bath, and his son Angad was severely beaten up by some criminals, I would say. And I was deeply pained, and like the whole nation is pained. And I requested them, sir, ma'am, as a lady, I mean, you must have seen Mrs. Bath's videos and interviews. Please spare some time for me. And they were very kind, of course, very, very kind. And because they, ma'am, especially she mentioned these words, you have a lot of passion in your voice. And because of that, and they have graced me. Thank you. I sincerely thank you, ma'am and sir, for giving me time. And let's start with Dr. Rita Khan, ma'am. Ma'am, as a lady, when you saw Mrs. Bath's interview और वो इंसाफ की गुहार लगा रही हैं, and it was रूह दिलाने वाली बात थी. As a lady, what came to your mind, ma'am?
Thank you, Mr. Shah, for having me here and giving me an opportunity to express my feelings and thoughts on this occasion. A very sad and solemn incident that has happened. And when you said that when she was saying, Mrs. Bath, when she was talking in those videos, it felt like the word that came to my mind कि वो गुहार लगा रही थी, you know. So if that's the right word. So it's been very disturbing. I've been following this story, and I feel that uh, I'd seen that power corrupts, and power is, it kind of squishes the person who is not like the common man. And here it's not the common man, and it doesn't matter. I mean, whether somebody is in position or somebody is a common man. It's about humanity. And for a moment, I visualized it happening with my family, any member. And I was like so pained, and I felt so crushed, and I felt so defeated, you know. And my heart went out to that lady. And I was almost in tears that such a thing can happen. You're so unsafe when you're out in the open, and power has become so corrupt, so criminal based, crime based. Who can you trust? And like I told my husband also, because sometimes when we are out on our own without any person accompanying us, a gunman or somebody, so sometimes he also gets irritated or angry with the system. Like, what's happening? What is this person doing? Why he's, whatever, breaking a rule or something? And he checks that person, right? Common, like when we go out. And, I told him not to do that in future, because you just don't know from which side you will be hit. And so it's really disturbed me, this episode. And I wish I could do something for for Mrs. Bath, and anything, that all that happened with them. um, I really feel broken inside and powerless.
Ma'am, I can well imagine, ma'am. Ma'am, let me ask your husband, ma'am, the former DGP Punjab. Sir, as the DGP of any state, need not be Punjab, anywhere, you have to take tough decisions. Many times you have had to be directly or indirectly with the most hardcore criminals, and you have often had to give out harsh rulings, of course. After a senior police officer of the post of a Director General of Police retires, what is there to protect him? I mean, while he's in service, of course, they are gunmen, they are the QRT, they are people, they're bodyguards. But after the DGP retires, what is the protection that the DGP will get thereafter?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Like I told you that you Google me, you'll find that so many I've been shot at. There were attempts to kidnap me only because I've taken up this tirade against drugs. And nobody, not even, in fact, the attempt to kidnap me was by the policeman only, one of the police officers, because of political reasons he got me. Yes, in fact, it's all. And even I say that even when you are in service, it really doesn't matter because it's all corruption, it's all stupidity all around, it's all gunda raj, mafia raj, whatever you call it, it's all around, it's all around. So any person who wants to stick to his guns, I think it's very difficult till such time he really and literally picks up the gun. Thank you.
Sir. And sir, when you had first got the news of the army colonel being brutally beaten up and his son being brutally beaten up, what was the first thought that crossed your mind, not as a former police officer, not as the former DGP of Punjab, but as a citizen of the country, sir?
Two things. What the hell is happening, number one? And my fears, it appears, are unfortunately coming true.
And to
Thank you very
imagine
much.
that, sorry, I'm just
Yes,
it
ma'am,
popped into
please.
my mind, so I thought I'll just speak
Please.
it out. To imagine that, a person who is just there out to have fun with his family, and these people, 12 of them, so many of them, they attack one person who is unarmed, who is with the family members. I mean, didn't at any point in time strike them? Didn't they think twice that what they're doing is not done, and they are supposed to be people who have to protect the people out there, and they themselves are turning into criminals? So I mean, where are we living? What's happening? Nobody is safe.
Jungle Raj.
Nobody is safe. Today they're doing it. Tomorrow, anybody who has connections with them, they will do it. So they are in majority. We are powerless. So I don't know where this will lead to.
Right,
It's
ma'am.
only
As
it's
you
only going to get worse because things get worse before they get better.
True, ma'am. True. That's
Yeah,
very true, ma'am. As you rightly said, that the power corrupts. In fact, yes. And when people get power and they get drunk on power, it is
yeah.
really, really
Mhm.
terrible, ma'am.
It's
You
very
have been,
unfair.
ma'am. You have taught textiles. You have been an academician. You have taught at Punjab University, and you must be in touch with your students and their parents, and any of your friends or those students or their parents or someone you interacted with who also would have been equally disturbed by you, ma'am, with this as you, ma'am.
I think
But
Everyone.
I think 100%. That's what, like, I connect with my faculty, with my students in a way that, they look up to me, and whatever I express, they also feel, and they try to be. I mean, I'm not praising myself, but yes, they say to my face that they try to be like me because I'm of that generation where we have learned values, where we have learned discipline, what is right, what is wrong, a very clear, distinct line. There are no gray areas. So I'm happy that I'm able to, pass on my ideas, my discipline, my definition of what is right and wrong to the youth who I'm surrounded with, the juniors I'm surrounded with. And I mean, that's what I want to convey to them, and, be responsible citizens, and be strong enough to, or I would say bold enough to say that this is wrong, and come out in the open, and, well, join the group of whoever's, standing up for the right.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. So I would like to ask you, is it very difficult? Because we have often heard that, so and so case happened and the police dragged its feet for registering an FIR. Is it very difficult? Are police people actually hesitant to actually lodge an FIR? And if so, why, sir?
Political reasons.
So
You could say
every
that.
FIR that's
You
open
asking me?
has to
Yeah, I'm
be
telling
locked.
you,
Okay.
you should come on, come
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're asking me. Uh,
No, I'm asking
ever
that.
since,
Yes, ma'am. Either of you
yeah,
can ask. Yes.
ever since we have become like, the civilians, common people. since he retired. We are finding it very difficult to, have things done, right things done, because my son, our son, he is the first generation businessman he is becoming, and as a businessman he has to kind of take certain permissions and certain, he has to run his business, and like the powers come knocking on his office door saying that, do this, do that, do this, do that, which is wrong. And then we try to, he tells his dad that, dad, help me out, this guy is being unreasonable, he's
Demanding money, सीधी बोलो ना.
government machinery is behaving like this. We are not able to do anything. We follow the straight path, yet we are time and again, the system, the power, the administration, there are people, they don't let us move forward. They don't let him move forward under some pretext or the other. Or you, this fine, that fine, unreasonable. And the moment they get to know that he's his son, things get worse. So it's very
Right.
hard to live. We imagine sometimes, he has been in this position, and yet things are so difficult for us, his family, once he's retired. What it must be out there for people who don't have any connections.
Right, ma'am. I know
Yeah.
exactly. Sir, I would like to know from you, sir, what are the implications of registering a fake FIR? Because there are cases where a person puts a fake complaint, a fake FIR and it's lodged. Now, what action can be taken against that individual if and when the FIR lodged by that individual, whoever it is, has been proved wrong?
Well, there are legal provisions, like if anybody gets a false FIR lodged and this and that, there are penal sections, the person can be held liable. But if we really talk about the situation as it exists on ground, it depends on what kind of political links he has, what kind of administrative links he has. Most of the cases that I see, I'm saying using the word most, and that too with all consciousness. I'm aware what word I'm using. It all depends on what kind of position that person is. Persons who are empowered, like about loss of FIRs were lodged against me only because I was talking about drugs and persons and smugglers and this and that, etc.,
FIR
etc.
lodged, FIR lodged against you, sir.
Of course.
Oh my goodness, sir.
That's
This is
what I'm
after,
saying. That,
of course, post-retirement, of course.
of course, it all happens post retirement when you were in service. Then these things
कुछ होगा
do
नहीं उससे
happen.
मगर it must have been harassment, sir, at the end of the day.
It's only harassment. These cases continue for 10, 15 years, and उसके बाद ठीक ठाक हो गए. And but again, these situations, this kind of thing does exist, yes, and it hurts the person. But जी क्या कर वही है, लेकिन अल्टीमेटली ऐसे हिंदी में तो क्या करोगे भाई, आप रिटायर हो गए हो, आराम से बैठो. और वही मैं सोचता हूँ, आई थिंक अबाउट द पर्सन्स ऑन द स्ट्रीट, उनके खिलाफ कितने केसेस रजिस्टर होते हैं. लॉट्स ऑफ पर्सन्स कम टू मी saying that their wrong FIR has been lodged against me. I try to check up with my friends in police or the organizations. It turns out, yes, they are, but again, it turns out that they have some, either number one, a political backing, or they have money to spend. These are two things which matter in this world: political links or a bag full of money. Simple.
Right.
Any
So one more
connections
thing.
for that matter.
Yes, ma'am, please.
No, like any connection a person has with in the system, political or bureaucracy or in the government, you have somebody, then it's possible. Otherwise, nothing is possible.
Unfortunately, yes, ma'am. I mean, it is really, really sad. Really, I mean, it's quite a sad state of affairs. I really feel terrible about it. So, there's so many thoughts that cross my mind, especially the Patiala case because we heard a statement coming out from a Dhabewala, and a lot of people were saying that, oh, there's a counter story to it. But then my conviction told me very clearly that, because Angad, the boy who was brutally beaten up, he shared his medical report with me. And immediately after this, the medical report said that this boy was not drunk and he was not under the influence of alcohol at all. But there was Now the Dhabawala, I mean, he gave a statement like that, and that, and it was very made public. So it was a lot of people came under this thing that kya hai, kya nahi, we don't know the truth. But I mean, it is pehli baat to, I don't know, even if a person is intoxicated, even if I'm talking about a different case, does it give a right to a policeman to actually brutally, for 12 of them to beat one or two guys so brutally, sir?
Yeah, number one, you talked about the ढाबा वाला. अब मैं हिंदी में ही जवाब दूंगा आपका. ढाबे वाले ने अपना ढाबा चलाना है कि नहीं चलाना? He has to do whatever has been told to him by the cops. He has to do it that way. किसी ने दारू पी है कि नहीं पी है, that is irrelevant, but they just require a kind of statement from X, Y, or Z, number one. And number two, you're talking about any person having a right to bash up some person, whether under the influence of drugs or even otherwise. No. Either way, this kind of right does not exist at all. It all comes under the definition of brutal treatment, and that's what it comes out to be. And like I say again, कि ढाबे वाले ने, जैसे मैंने कहा, अपना ढाबा चलाना है कि नहीं चलाना है, जो पैसेस बाय हैं उन्होंने अपना धंधा चलाना है कि नहीं चलाना है. Otherwise, there are lots of things, maybe a traffic challan or maybe some marpit ka case, anything, 1,001 things. And police unfortunately can cook up anything, and they do. Pushy cases होंगे rare where they didn't cook up. Like I'm into the entire drug field. जो पकड़ते हैं ड्रग वाले, they are, some of them are just end users, या किसी पे ऐसी डाली हुई होती है, ड्रग डाल दी. It can happen to any person. God forbid कि मेरे ऊपर ना कर दें, कल डाल दें ड्रग की, हाँ इसके पास ड्रग थी. This system is totally unreliable. Totally unreliable.
Sir, and my question to you, sir, as I know everyone, it's human nature. We tend to protect, defend our team. It's but natural, hota hai ye. But sir, do you think it's fair to protect or to save or to cover up for 12 criminals who have committed a crime knowing fully well as a citizen, and they have done wrong, they've wronged a person, unko, and because Punjab police, आप DGP रह चुके हैं sir, and it's a professional force अगर देखा जाए तो, मगर a few bad eggs give a bad name. So would it be fair to protect कहीं पे भी हो 10-12 लोग उनको जिन्होंने जुल्म या क्राइम किया हो सर?
No, not at all. Not at all. Like I was talking to somebody on some other TV channel. Like what happens हर फोर्स के अंदर, आपने मतलब महाराष्ट्र का पढ़ा होगा कि शार्प शूटर दिस एंड दैट. हर पुलिस फोर्स के बीच में, फॉर दैट मैटर एनी फोर्स, उसमें अनफॉर्चुनेटली एक कोर ग्रुप बन जाता है, काइंड ऑफ डेयर डेविल्स, जो जाकर के इस प्रकार के काम जो होते हैं, दे गो एंड इंडल्ज इनटू ऑल दिस थिंग्स, किलिंग एंड शूटिंग एंड दिस एंड दैट. So they become power unto themselves. And then, since they do all sorts of right and wrong things, more wrongs, less right, then they get the protection of their seniors. They try to protect them on whatever it is. Or it's basically, if you talk about interest, whether it is the question of power, or it's a question of money, or it's a question of land, or this and that. There's so many ifs and buts out there. But yeah, so this kind of so-called, within quotes, daredevils, they do get protection, unfortunately. Whereas I feel किसी ने अच्छा काम किया है, ठीक है, okay, give them तारीफ, award them, reward them, whatever is to be done. और कोई गलत काम करता है, there's no logic that उसको आप to try to protect him. No way, no way, sir.
राइट सर. सो और जाते एक आखिरी सवाल, क्योंकि 18 मिनट हो गए हैं, और 18 मिनट जैसे एक टेड का टाइम होता है या टेडएक्स का टाइम होता है, तो मैंने आपसे बात की थी कि मैं आपका 18 मिनट ही लूंगा, और आप यू आर ग्रेसफुली अग्रीड. सर मैं आखिरी सवाल ये पूछता हूँ आपसे, सर व्हाई इज इट दैट पीपल पुश फॉर अ सीबीआई इंक्वायरी, दैट कुछ होता है तुम्हारा इंक्वायरी, मगर डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट इंक्वायरी नहीं, सीबीआई इंक्वायरी चाहिए हमको. तो हालांकि आंसर आपको पता होगा, मैम को पता होगा, मुझे पता होगा, मैं चाहता हूँ हमारे दर्शक जो हमें देखें, फॉर देम टू बी एजुकेटेड, क्यों लोग सीबीआई इंक्वायरी के लिए पुश करते हैं बेसिकली?
Total distrust in the system. They think कि जो forces हैं outside, जो कोई ऐसी powers हैं, जो कोई investigating agencies हैं, which are not controlled by the state governments and authorities, naturally trust spill ही जाएगा. And otherwise, you know how the political system behaves. Anybody who is within the system, whether it was me or whether it is me, they just try to push them and kick them all over.
So, ma'am, Dr. Rita Kant, ma'am, and the former DGP ShashiKant, sir, I am truly grateful and indebted to you for giving me your time, and so nice of the two of you. And in fact, आप दोनों touchwood बड़े अच्छे लग रहे हैं, and you look like a newly married couple, and you are a newly married couple, I would say.
मियाँ आप बेहतर लग रहे हो.
किसने कह दिया कि न्यूली मैरिड का मतलब होता है कि एक हफ्ता, एक महीना, एक साल या 10 साल?
ये सब दिल की बात है. दिल की बात है.
And
दिल की बात
It's just a perspective, huh?
जैसे पर्सपेक्टिव, एब्सोल्युटली मैम. मैम, एक कोट आप दोनों के लिए बिफोर आई लेट यू गो. दिस इज बाय ऑगडन नैश, एंड ही सेज टू कीप योर मैरिज brimming in the loving cup. To keep your marriage brimming in the loving cup, whenever you're wrong, admit it.
True.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Whenever you're
admitting
right.
right now, whether I'm admitting right now, whether the state government or central government or my wife or any or you or anybody, all the cases.
Whenever you are right, shut up. That is the quote by Ogdenash. Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank
It
you.
was
Thank
wonderful.
you very much.
Yeah, good
Thank you
night.
for having us.
Jai Hind,
Good
sir.
night.
Jai Hind.
Good night. Good night, James. Good night, sir. Good night.